Good people get manipulated. Kind people get used. Why? Because manipulators are experts at exploiting trust. Today we reveal why you fall for them. Over the next 10 minutes, I'll explain why you trust people who manipulate you. Today you'll learn about the paradox of trusting manipulators, how childhood attachment patterns make you vulnerable, the mirror technique manipulators use, why trust becomes an illusion, how your kindness is targeted, and most importantly, how to protect yourself while staying true to who you are. Here's the paradox. Good people are more vulnerable to manipulation, not less. Why? Because good people assume others are good too. We project our own integrity onto others. We think, why would someone lie to me? The manipulator knows this. They specifically target kind, trusting people because we give them what they need: access, empathy, and no suspicion. Manipulators aren't attracted to darkness. They're attracted to light. Your warmth, your compassion, your willingness to see the best in people. These are exactly what they exploit. The more good you are, the more attractive a target you become. This creates a cruel trap. The manipulation makes you doubt your own goodness. I should have seen it coming. But the truth is, manipulators succeed precisely because of your goodness, not despite it. You weren't naive. You were targeted. Your trust wasn't weakness. It was ammunition. Understanding this isn't about becoming cynical, reassuring. It's about being aware. Goodness is still a virtue, but weaponize it with wisdom. Trust with open eyes. Give with boundaries. And never blame yourself for being a good person. Your childhood shapes your manipulation radar. Attachment theory shows us that our early relationships teach us what to expect from others. If your caregivers were unpredictable, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, your nervous system learned to read emotional cues perfectly. That skill makes you vulnerable. You can sense what people feel before they say it. You notice micro-expressions, tone changes, the shift between words and meaning. This should protect you, but manipulators use your skill against you. They perform emotions they've studied. They learn to mimic the exact signals that trigger your response. Your attunement becomes their tool. The better you are at reading people, the more sophisticated the manipulation you encounter. If your caregivers were neglectful, you learned to earn love. You became attentive, responsive, giving. This makes you a perfect caretaker for someone who only takes. The manipulators sense your pattern and exploit it. Here's the pattern. Anxious attachment makes you tolerate inconsistency because you've always had to work for connection. Avoidant attachment makes you trust slowly but deeply once you do. Both patterns create vulnerability to different manipulation styles. Understanding your pattern is crucial. It won't change who you are, but it will help you recognize when manipulation is using your specific vulnerabilities. One of the most powerful manipulation techniques is mirroring. The manipulator becomes your reflection. They study you intensely, then show you exactly what you want to see. When you share your dreams, suddenly they have similar dreams. When you mention your values, suddenly they share them. When you open up about your past, suddenly they have a parallel story. The mirroring creates an illusion of connection so profound that you feel understood like never before. Here's the trap. Real compatibility is discovered over time through real differences. Perfect compatibility on day one is a warning sign, not a blessing. The manipulator is speed-running intimacy. They're compressing months or years of relationship development into weeks or days. Why? Because manipulation requires quick intimacy. Long-term exposure might reveal cracks. So they mirror intensively, create an instant soul connection, and lock you in before you see the truth. The dangerous part? Mirroring feels like authentic connection. Your brain genuinely registers it as such. The mirror creates neurochemical bonding, oxytocin, dopamine, attachment hormones. Your body doesn't know it's been fooled. It thinks it's falling in love, and it is, with a reflection, not a real person. When you finally see the real person behind the mirror, the withdrawal is devastating because the bond was real. The love bombing created genuine neurochemistry. The heartbreak is real even though the person was fake. Trust feels like a choice. It isn't. Trust is a neurobiological response. When someone consistently shows up for you, your brain creates trust pathways. Oxytocin reinforces bonding. The relationship feels safe. Your guard lowers. Manipulators exploit this mechanism. They show up consistently, at first. They perform reliability until you've encoded them as safe. Then, slowly, the performance degrades. But your brain has already locked them in as trusted. Changing that assessment requires your brain to admit it was fooled. That's a threat to self-concept. So you rationalize, you make excuses, you wait for them to return to normal. This is why so many people stay in manipulative relationships far too long. Their brain is literally fighting against the evidence of their eyes. The trust was earned through performance, but it feels earned through authenticity. Your brain can't tell the difference. The illusion of trust is what makes manipulation so devastating. You weren't foolish. You were deceived by an expert. The trust you feel isn't evidence of their goodness. It's evidence of their skill at creating trust. These are not the same thing. The solution isn't to trust less. It's to build trust slowly. Real trust develops through consistent behavior over time, through disagreement, through stress, through real life. Not through intense connection that skips the hard parts. Your kindness is their target. Manipulators specifically seek kind people because kindness creates leverage. When you're kind, you want to believe others are kind too. When you give, you want to believe others give too. Your generosity becomes their resource to exploit. The manipulation of kindness often looks like this. The manipulator creates a problem or crisis. Your kindness compels you to help. They acknowledge your help briefly. Then the cycle repeats. Each time you give more. Each time they need more. And the gratitude for your help decreases over time. Why? Because manipulators don't experience gratitude the way normal people do. They experience entitlement. Your kindness taught them they can take. Your giving taught them you'll provide. They adjust their expectations upward with every interaction. This creates a devastating dynamic. You give and give, hoping this time will be different. This time they'll appreciate it. This time they'll give back. But manipulators are not capable of genuine reciprocity. They can perform it temporarily. They cannot sustain it. The cruelest part, your kindness makes you blame yourself. Maybe I didn't give enough. Maybe I should be more patient. No, your kindness is not the problem. The problem is someone who takes without giving. Your kindness is a gift. It's meant for people who can receive it. Protect your kindness. Give it to those who can receive it. And learn to recognize when kindness is being extracted rather than received. Now for what you need. How to protect yourself while staying true to who you are. This isn't about becoming cynical. It's about becoming conscious. First, slow down trust. Real trust develops slowly. If someone feels like a soulmate within weeks, be cautious. True compatibility reveals itself through time, stress, and difference. Second, watch for mirroring. Perfect alignment on day one is a warning sign. Real people disagree. Real relationships have friction. Third, test consistency. Not through grand gestures, but through small promises over time. Do they do what they say? Are they the same person in private as in public? True authenticity holds. Fourth, trust your nervous system. Your body knows before your mind does. If someone makes you feel unsafe, even when you can't explain why, trust that signal. Fifth, maintain outside perspective. Manipulators isolate you from people who might expose them. Keep your support system. Ask friends for honest observations. Sixth, set boundaries and test consequences. When you say no, does the manipulator respect it? Healthy people respect boundaries. Manipulators test them. 7th, stay in your values. Your kindness, your trust, your generosity, these are not weaknesses. They're strengths that need to be protected, not abandoned. So that's why good people trust manipulators. Your goodness is the target. Your trust is the weapon. Your kindness is the resource they exploit. But now you understand the mechanisms. Now you see the patterns. Now you can protect yourself without losing who you are. Remember, being manipulated doesn't make you foolish. It makes you targeted. Your trust is still a gift. Your kindness is still a virtue. But protect these gifts with consciousness. Give them to those who can receive them. And never, ever blame yourself for being a good person. If this helped you understand yourself, subscribe for more psychology insights. Share with someone who needs this perspective. And remember, you deserved better. You still do. I'll see you in the next deep dive. Stay kind, but stay wise. If you found that helpful, have a look at this video next, where I show you why kind people attract predators. See you there.